Mic check. All right. Hmm, okay. Looks like we're having some light issues. I'm on the mobile end trying to get in. All right. Let's see. One guest is on. Okay. Pastor Bard is in. Let's add him to it. Hey, Doc.
What's up, big boy?
Man, I'm moving. I'm on the road, Doc. So I done
I,
pulled over because I know I'm supposed to be live at 8 o'clock, but we here. I sent Dr. Stevenson his invitation, so he should be here shortly here. Let's see, did that bring a little light to me? They didn't bring much, did
they're better than what it was.
it? So yeah, man, I can't even let the guests know I'm on because I'm doing it through the mobile device, not in the studio.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's okay. We're gonna run hard with it tonight, and we're gonna rebroadcast it. That's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna be fine. I don't even, I'm scared to move because I don't know if it's gonna throw me off or not. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm waiting on Dr. Stevenson to get in and see if
Yes,
he got
sir.
it. Yes, sir. We
You got it.
definitely getting ready to get started. Dr. Stevens, if this is you online, your invitation is in your mailbox. Yeah, it's time to get started with this all right, let's get started, man. I'm gonna go ahead and run. I'm on the road for you that are coming in. I am literally on the road, stopping on the side of the road to do this show to make sure that we are covered. Let's see. Yeah, let's go here so we can. I'm not in the studio. I hate that. All right, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming on and showing us, being with us rather for the show, and we're excited about having you on here. Tonight is relationship men's roundtable with relationships and marriages. That's what we want to deal with continuously. And listen, I want you to know that it is an open discussion. It's not a tied topic here. This is an open discussion that we are having. So it may vary from one end to another end in a relationship. So don't just hold us topic to men and women. It's relationship comes in all formats, all
Mhm.
different formats. So don't hog title to just men and woman, wife and husband. It is I say it again. Yeah.
No,
So
I
so yeah. So don't hold us to that. Hold us to the open area of relationships and marriage that we'll be dealing with. We got Dr. Boyd on with us tonight. Our co-host is always with us, and glad to have him aboard. Dr. Boyd, greet the people and let's get rolling if we can.
all right. Well, greetings to you, family. All of you that'll
Yeah.
be joining in. We thank God for you joining and being a part of this real, the real truth of men's round table
Yeah.
discussion where we can be raw and transparent about our thoughts, about our, psychological makeup from a very emotional state.
Say it again.
But amen, amen, man. We thank God for the opportunity. Thank God for the founder as well as the one that is the the production manager, the director himself, the bishop himself, Lamar. Amen. We do not, we don't have a script. We just throw it up in the
I just
air.
go out it, Jack. I just throw it out there. Uh,
so we is wrong.
yeah, yeah, we gonna get it. We going into it. But you know what? I say all three teams won this week. 49ers, the Saints for
Yeah,
sure, and a no
yeah.
good low down Cowboys.
Boy, they losing their mind right now, boy. I'm
Oh
telling
man, they done won what, three in a row?
you, man, four in a row.
Oh Lord, they just undefeatable. They going to the Super Bowl. Not that they already there, ain't
Yeah, in the first half, I told him, man, November bring another storm.
it? You already know.
Yeah, all this stuff changed.
Yeah, everything gonna
They just got
change on
about one
that.
more month and going on. One more month.
And then Facebook will be quiet all over again.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
that
gonna be back to
amazing?
normal. It's gonna be back to normal, man.
Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus, have mercy. Anyway, let's get started, Doctor. And tonight I want to deal with the a loaded question, as we talked about last week. Why do the women, use the children as a pawn to get the
Mm.
man to do what she desired to do? Hello, Pastor. I see you down there. Dr. Stevens has made his arrival. He's here now. Why do men why do women use the children as a Ponzi in order to get what they want? Dr. Stevens, we're glad to have you on here. We know the stream went blank. Good to have you on here, Dr. Stevens. So yeah, but we we getting into the show. You came in just in time. I know you trying to get in for work. You see, I'm on the road. I'm sitting in the car. My media team sent the program to me on the phone, and I'm in the car. But we're trying to get more of our guests on to notify them that we're on. And it's unfortunately that part they are still working on how to do it. Only I know how to do it, and I forgot to give them the direction on it. But anyway, nevertheless, we rolling because it's gonna be rebroadcast anyway. So why we left off like, why do the women use our kids, men, our
Mm.
kids? Because I ain't never seen two women produce nothing but fights and arguments. They guaranteed to get into arguments. They can't get along with their own self, to be truth to be on the table. However, why do they use our children as a pawn to try to control us? Now I could go into the depths of it and the details of it by way of women have a power issue. This is I'm not gonna take that down. They have a power issue. With
Mm.
it's like you the head boss on the job and you hire an assistant, and then why do the assistant Well, let me take a little bit further. You go to Walmart. You take something back that's broken. You got your receipt, and when you go to Walmart to the cashier, you tell her, "Listen, I want to talk to the manager." The cashier lady says to you, what I'm telling you, the same thing they gonna tell you. Refuses to listen and relinquish and back off and call the supervisor. You find the same behavior in the household with man and woman. She always wants to be in control. Why? Let's talk.
Well, I don't know nothing about
Now,
that
I want to make sure
want
that I
that
can stay
control, but
centered.
I do see that. I do see it a lot in relationship where the men, where the woman is most dominant in a relationship. Uh,
Prostitution. Shaw, hey man, go ahead.
so
Go ahead.
but however, I would have to question what is the man position,
Ah,
because I feel strongly, it's just my opinion. Not just some women, they just like that, and that's they makeup, that's their characteristics. They're not dominating, but they have that that go getter, that kind of aggressive kind of way of doing things. And they ain't trying to be male or try to be nothing. They're just aggressive about what they need done. And some of them function well like that because that's a part of their personality. But for the ones that I don't need no man and coming into the play or trying to defile man, that I
mm-mm.
can be that man, then yeah, that I see that in those relationships. But for the most part, some men are comfortable with that. You
For to
know,
have a rule over, to have them rule over them.
hey, they I I done seen a culture change. I really have. I have seen a culture change. I have seen a culture change where no longer the man running nothing. He ain't doing, he don't have any say so or whatsoever.
Ahab.
And they step back and they feel like, you know, socially, socially, they don't have the advantage. They don't have a voice, especially when it
Right,
comes to kids anymore. So,
right, right.
in the judicial system and anything else, men have lost that right. But some men fight for it, and most men are in those roles again, where they're
Right.
providing for their kids and stuff like that, because some of these young ladies are not, they even know how to parent and anything like that. But that
Right.
control thing, I just say, and I'm gonna let Dr. Stephen put his head in there. I feel like sometimes if you got that woman in your life and she's controlling you like that, you're somewhat consenting. I remember I was like that. I was going
Yes.
through a depression, and I pretty much just didn't want. I just didn't have no drive. I didn't have a
Oh,
drive to want to do anything. So she came in there with, somewhat a narcissist, and but she had this appearance that she managed and she does well, but that was all taught to come to find
right,
out. But it got me, and
right.
I just stepped back and let her drive the ship. But that joker was sinking, the water was getting in, and we fussing, and then she tell
You,
me what I'm not doing. So
you better believe it, Doc.
but she woke my butt up, man.
Yes, sir.
I stopped being that what they call hen pick, and I just started to realize. But I didn't get into position until I got with God to deal
Right,
with my insecurities.
right,
You
right.
know, and that's the reason why some women can never take it, because most men are dealing with some of their insecurities and they don't step up in that role. So they feel like, well, she's doing a better job because society said a woman can do a better job than man. It's been taught. It's in the songs. It's in the music. Women can be better.
All
And then here it
lies.
is. And then I'm gonna shut up. Here it is. Especially the men that was committing adultery. They the one played that game. I didn't know. I didn't know she was like that. I didn't know that. All along they knew, but they made these women feel like, well, men just ignorant. They don't know.
Right,
These pastors talking about you need to let the woman, you need to let your wife have discernment with some of these women because she knows some of them. Negro, what you mean you need your wife? You know when a woman is shooting for you, you can't sit
Yeah.
up there and act like you don't have no control or you don't have no knowledge of that. Them the ones
Right.
that kill me. Come on, Dr. Stevenson. Come on, Thug. Put it in.
What is, doctor? What? The professional thug.
I'm I'm just listening because I want to make sure that I stay on track and I don't want to run off the rails. The centered question consists of what again, Apostle Mark, Apostle Joseph?
Why do women use our children as a pawn to try to control us?
All right, here we go.
All right.
This this is interesting, and it goes back to policies.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to policies. And no one can do anything unless they're empowered to do it. And I'm
Right.
trying not to
Exactly.
dance over into the ethnicity difference. And I want to do the best I can to make sure that we stay within a gender specific issue, because some of the problems is not black, is not white, is not
Right.
red, is just gender specific.
Right.
um Especially when the courts, without doing due diligence, the courts
Right.
would automatically in most cases deem her to be the better parent
Mm.
with without
Mm.
doing due diligence,
Mm-hmm.
without doing due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite um harmful that when you start looking at the reward for
Mm-hmm.
your absence, the
Right.
badge of honor that
Right.
is extended as it relates to your absence.
Right.
So it's almost as if the old song that we used to sing, Johnny and Jill sitting in a tree, Kissing. First
Mm-hmm.
comes love,
Mm.
then
Then
comes man,
come marriage. Right.
and then comes the baby and the baby carriage. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost as if, why deal with a man when you can receive the reward without the man being a part of it?
Mm-hmm.
You can receive tangible dividends, and this is where it
Right.
becomes even more interesting. The law suggests, and in some states this is applied, that there is a refusal for certain DNA tests while the woman is pregnant.
Right.
If, because if it's exposed that this man is told that he's the father, he's under the impression that he's the father, but due to medical examinations and DNA, he finds out he's not the father.
Mm.
And
Mm.
yet, even though he's not the father, since
Mm-hmm.
he is the legal father, he is still connected to child support.
Wow. This is
Now
true.
that's
This is
now
happening.
you want to talk about power?
Mm-hmm.
That's power.
Yes,
Because
sir.
it, without using the term, it is emphatically implied that the man is a utility.
Uh-oh.
You're
Someone is
right.
going to pay for
Uh-oh.
this.
Uh-oh.
Someone has got to pay, even though it was someone else's body and it was her body and her choice.
Right.
But she don't have to deal with the reaction, the responsibility, the result of said choice, because this man is not the father,
Right.
and yet he still has to pay child
Pay
support.
child support. Look at that.
And but why is this so? Why is this important? Because men are considered utilities in the big scheme of things. You
Right.
said something in terms of I was handpicked. We talk about men making sure that their wife is being loved, that she is being cared for, that the kids see that, that the kids see that man taking care of his family and showing love to his wife and showing love to his children. But we're not giving that same type of emphasis in terms of she need to see, that daughter need to see, that son need to see that the mother respects the father, that the mother honors the father. That's not given the same amount of weight and the same amount of merit, because he's nothing more than a utility. And if we start breaking down ethnicity and look at the math and the data, because data don't have feelings.
Come on.
Data, we can try to present emotional arguments, but data don't have feelings. And when we start looking at data and numbers, we don't like that, because we are not told from a young age, first of all, acknowledge and embrace chastity. That's biblical. We're not told to emphasize that there's nothing wrong with getting married while you're young. We are told, our young women are being told, why are you trying to get married so young? You haven't had any experiences.
Right.
You don't even know what you like. So without saying it, when you deconstruct and decode it, you are saying, go and have some more fun, girl. Why are you trying to settle down now? But a lot of this is coming from. This is one aspect of entail. So there is no father there because he's not rewarded. That we're not rewarded because he's there. The reward, and even from our social programming, I raised all my kids by myself. Okay, I understand certain things happen. I understand certain things happen. Certain things transpire that are outside of your control. But it is not a badge of honor to suggest that, listen, I've got 5 kids and I have 4 different fathers, and I did mine on my own. And as if it's something to flex. The same way I don't think that it is a reason to flex. Look, man, I got 5 baby mamas. I got 8 baby mamas. That's not a reason to flex.
Yeah.
What causes us to express the importance of family and then community and then nation? Well, hey, man, hey, this is my wife and kids, man. This is my family. This is my family. This is my family.
That's what she said.
My family. Notice you can't say it's your family.
Right. She can only say it's her family.
It's her family because the courts will honor her. Certain laws are put in place to honor her. And I'm doing my best not to break this down from an ethnicity type standpoint, whereby we can see the cultural difference as it relates to people that look more like me.
Now that right there.
Because if you start going into that bag, you have to go back into the 60s.
That's right.
Go back into what happened in the 70s.
Right.
And we don't like the way that looked.
Nah.
Because it was a reward for you to be gone.
Yeah. They paid you. Give a food stamp. Well, come on, I'll talk about it. Yeah. We
want him gone. Listen,
that's it.
I don't want to stay too long. We want him gone. You know what? I remember, we all remember that movie that came out, I believe it was the 70s, that movie Claudine.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With James Earl Jones.
Right. Right.
And I forgot the other famous actress. I forgot her name. Beautiful young lady. She had 8 kids, and eventually James Earl Jones got with her. But look at that. But then when you wanted to see a spit, they wanted to show a different family life with
different light.
American experience.
Yeah.
And I gotta stop here. Pastor, because I don't want to go off the rails. Good Times. I want you to look at the show Good Times.
Yes, sir.
Esther Roll, that was a spinoff.
Yep.
That show Good Times was a spinoff from Maude.
Yep.
And they wanted Florida Evans to be a single mother.
Yes.
I got receipts to prove it.
Yes, sir. I seen them. I seen the same thing. Yeah.
That's not me. That's history.
Yeah.
I didn't write this, so hate me if you want to.
Yeah.
That's history.
Right.
Esther Roll said, I do not and I will refuse to play the role that is going to impact so many people in Black America.
That's right.
I am not going to play the role of a single mother trying to raise these kids. So either you're going to give me a husband and father to my children, or I'm not taking the role.
Right.
That was monumental. That was courageous, especially for Black people to get starring roles in sitcoms. And she was not the most gorgeous face with the
Lord knows she wasn't. Lord knows she wasn't.
She did. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
But she saw this.
Mm-hmm.
I notice I am saying she.
Absolutely. Right.
She said, you will not have me to portray a family, and I am a single mother raising kids by myself.
That's
either
not a
you
family.
Give me a husband, or I'm not going to take the part.
Exactly.
That was courageous.
That's right.
Because television, movies, things of that sort gave us a reflection of what culture consisted of and what our culture consisted of. Now we just take anything, regardless of how it's going to impact families.
Right.
She said, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Why? Because she saw how important that was. She knew how important it was for there to be a father and a mother in a home. And we stop emphasizing the importance of that across the board. Across the board. So when we look at why do some men are attacked through their kids?
Right.
If I can get X amount of money a month from you, X amount of money a month from you, even though you may get the money, but psychologically, emotionally, and even the various components that go into the child cannot be purchased at the Galleria.
Watch it. Watch it. The truth. Watch it. Watch it.
So basically, give me your provision, but I don't need your problem solving until this boy buck up against me.
That's the only time I need you. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want to stay on the little boys, because the little girls need their father too.
Yeah. Very important.
Because if you want to look at data, the young ladies with the highest form of teenage, underage, promiscuity type actions that lead to other things, look at the data. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
The data dictates that they come from single parent homes, and typically, I don't want to drive down that street. You know the rest.
They want to keep the Negro men locked up and away from the female, and then they pay her food stamp and welfare to keep the separation from the Negro community. And this is the uproar that we're looking at now. When you look at the prison system, it's overpopulated by the minority men, because the structure is there to separate, to divide. And when we separate and divide, we can conquer them, because there's power when we together. But the Negro woman, she can't see it. It was just like Kenzie. We remember Kenzie. Kunta Kinte ran off and ran off and ran off and ran off. And then as soon as he get out to go find a place, Kenzie in the bed talking to what you call the master, telling him everything and which way he went. They go catch him, bring him back. Got so bad until he wouldn't believe. They chopped his foot off. He still kept running. But he finally got in the head. The same woman who I love, the same woman I was trying to protect, the same woman who I was trying to give life to and protect and do for, is the same one down the street talking to the man with a black robe on, sending judgment straight my way. Now, this is raw tonight, but it is what it is. But you want a husband, but all you know how to do is call the police when trouble comes. You want a husband, but you don't know how to cook and clean. You want a husband, but you don't know how to take care of yourself. You want a husband, all thing you know how to do is put them eyebrows that look like hair brushes on your eye and know how to take a wig and dress it up and press it and put it on your head. But you want a husband. That's all you got. When I look on the video, yep, I'm going in. Don't care who don't like it. You don't like it, get off my show. Facts are facts. When I look on these videos, all thing you know how to do is put on some butthole shorts and keep your breasts out. And all thing you know how to do is shake your behind and become limbo before the men's eye. And you wonder why we treat you, or the men treat you like you ain't nothing but a hook and a prostitute and don't have no respect for you. You don't have no respect for yourself. So why should we want you, Negro woman? When you too busy trying to look like a Chinese woman today, and tomorrow you looking like an Arab, and then the next day you looking like a Caucasian, the next day we don't even know who you are. In fact, do you know who you are your own self? So why do we really need you rather than you asking the question? Because the truth is tonight, and you're going to learn on this show, you are not the prize. The man is. That's why your last name changed. You grab our name because we are your protector. We speak for you. We have the global eye for you and everything to go up. But you killing your own health because you want to listen to somebody down the street that know you better than you know your own self. Let me back out because I'm going to let these men move on to this next person, because really I just want to go ahead on and dig the grave for you and throw you in it and be done with you.
But they don't.
This is why.
They don't carry their last name. They hyphenate their name.
Yeah, they hyphenate. So what you get married for? Why you want to get married? Why you want to be in a relationship that you want to be a partial in? And my granddaddy told me this, and this is fact. You cannot turn no whore into no housewife. You can't turn no trick into no treat. And this right here, by me saying that, this is why you single ladies. This is why you are alone. And this is why you can't get nobody, because you got to change who you are. We don't know who you are behind all of that mascara, wigs, and all that makeup. First of all, you want to call men a lie. You the first lie, because you showed up looking like something that you know you really not. Take all that makeup and crap off. Let us see the real you so we can fall in love with the real you, and then we can be with you. But you looking like Beyonce down the road. I know that's a wrap. It's only going to last for so long.
Yeah, but think about it though. They're only doing it because it worked.
True, but it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last.
Can I go here, preacher?
Yeah.
Let me. I am going to say this, and it may make men uncomfortable, and it may make some think, but the reality is, it's our fault.
True.
You know why I said?
True.
Let me tell you why. We, with what we know, our standards for erotic enjoyment and the pursuit of erotic enjoyment, it is so low until she can do, say, act, respond, clown, but you still want it, don't you? You still want this ice cream, don't you? Yeah. Because and I'm gonna tell you, let me tell you why I say that.
Yep.
Not only is it our fault in that regard, instead of gaining the strength of the man in its totality, you gain the strength of his seed, and you still in the natural win proceeds every month.
Right.
Every month. You got to pay me. So you think you're winning in that regard, but yet you're still uncovered. And that is because we have very poor erotic standards.
Right.
We respond as if we gonna die if we say no. If
This
we
is true.
said no, it'd change so many other things.
Right.
It'd change the dynamics drastically.
Mm-hmm.
But men will respond to men with disdain and voice certain sentiments that consist of, man, you ain't getting what? You not getting who? You not getting what? You ain't getting.
No.
And as long as that is our school of thought, we
Mm-hmm.
cannot have a standard that is beyond erotic enjoyment.
Right.
Therefore, you still giving your strength away.
Mm.
Yeah, you can talk, you can complain about what I wear, you can complain about how I look, you can complain about how I act, but watch
Right.
you still begging for it. You still
Nah.
aching for it. You still hold on, go deeper, Stevens. Let me
Yes.
get the shovel out. You will still make songs. You will still write songs that say you can have whatever you like.
Right.
You can get whatever. You will still spend money. Why? Because the challenge is men will separate your morality from our personal enjoyment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the reality is she is who she is. Why you still clamoring after? Why?
Uh-huh.
Because you enjoy the erotic exchange she gives you.
For sale. Yep. For sale. Yep.
You
Yeah.
enjoy the erotic extension, the erotic pleasure that she gives you. You
This is true.
enjoy that. But
This is true.
you identify the lack of morals, so you dismiss the morals and put that in a different category and put that in a different compartment. Just
Mm-hmm.
imagine, just imagine if brothers would say, you know what, I'm gonna wait till I get married. And
Uh-huh.
I am going to select the very best I can select because I'm still going to have to provide. Don't you know, in her mind, you giving me your strength, you giving me your life source, which consists of your seed and your testosterone. You still providing for me. If you make enough
Yeah.
money, you still providing for me.
Yeah.
Not only are you providing for me, you may be providing for me, the child, and based on how much you give me, within
Uh-huh.
that, some will even help provide for the new boyfriend.
This is true.
So in her
This is
mind,
true.
I'm winning. Just imagine, see, all of that, this is what make people uncomfortable when we say and respond, you know what, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
No, young lady, I'm not. Because the reality is, the more exciting, the more enjoyable, erotic ice cream we embrace, the
Right.
less we think, the less we discern, the less
Right.
we spiritually decipher, the more we will make excuses, the more we will justify because we enjoy what we enjoy. And she knows it.
That's true.
So I don't
This
have
is
to
true.
listen. I'm liberal. I'm
Mm-hmm.
free. I'm liberal. And you can't shame me.
This is true.
So just imagine if we operated in a different type of discipline
Yeah.
collectively.
Uh-huh.
Collectively operating with a different type of discipline. You know what?
Right.
It would change the child support rating.
Right.
Well, she told me she had her tubes tied. She told me this. No. She didn't. No. It's not what she told me. It was what I wanted to see in order to
Right.
make life selection.
Right. Right.
That's that. See, because the Bible declares, even through the mouth of Solomon, how
Right.
to enjoy the wife of thy youth.
Right.
I didn't write your Bible.
This is true.
The Bible said, and enjoying the wife of thy youth, drinking water from thine own cistern. I didn't
Right.
write the Bible. Why did he say your youth? Because that is one of your prime operative times to bring forth children.
Right. 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 Right.
But if you give your, if we're depositing everywhere, and I'm not saying all of us, because she don't even like all of you.
Right.
Let me go
She
deeper. Let
have
me
her
go.
select.
Let me
Go
go
ahead, go
ahead and
deep.
peel it. Let me go and peel the onion back a little bit. I'll wait till Pastor.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
dog. Pastor Paul, be back on with him.
Pastor,
He
that was
popped in. Must have some technical
listen.
problems.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell
There
you
he is.
something. Bishop
Uh-huh.
Johnson. A lot of these guys are not being intimate. Many of these guys are not being
He's
intimate
back.
with these women.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
say it again. Many of these guys, they're not intimate with these women.
Right.
I'm gonna say
You
Right.
it
right.
again. They are not
Right.
intimate with these women. They
That's right.
just talking. They are talking and begging and spending money.
That's all they
I'm gonna
doing.
say it again. Many
They
of these guys
Philistine women to him. Yeah.
are doing nothing more than talking, begging, and spending money. And if you listen to her talk long enough, and she's talking to him, she'll mess around and call him girl.
Woo, look. I see that first. I heard that firsthand.
You think she'll slip up and say, girl, because you are nothing more. These guys, all of these guys are not sleeping with those women.
Mm-hmm.
They
Uh-huh.
nothing more than honey childs.
Uh-oh.
I call them honey
Not the
child.
honey child. Not the honey child.
You a honey child.
Oh, Lord. Honey child. Uh-oh. That's
You
that
a
for
honey.
weeper,
You
weeper,
she look
weeper.
at you as she don't even like you like that. When she bored, she talk to you.
Yeah. Other
When
than
she
that,
don't have, but who she really like, who she
mm-hmm.
really wants to embrace, that's who she's most vulnerable with, and she
Yeah.
expresses the very best of her feminine energy.
That's it.
So she is not involved with. She is involved with who she decides to be involved with. Most of these guys, they just spend money and talk.
That's all.
And
That's
some,
all. Facts. Facts.
Pastor Boyd, I've seen it too many times. It's
Facts.
some women. Some of these women not sleeping with these guys. They not
This
sleeping
is
with all
true.
these guys. They just listen to these guys talk. These guys talk to them, talk to their tongue fall out, and spend money.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Dodo
That's it.
birds.
That's it.
And that's it.
And then if she even mentioned, if he even think that he's going to be intimate with her, she'll say, no, he just like my friend.
My brother.
In
My little
other,
brother, yeah.
in
My big brother, my little brother. That's how it go.
watch this. Watch this. I'll mess things. Let me mess things up even worse. She look at you as one of her girlfriends.
Basically, indirectly, yes. Yes.
Because who she likes.
Right, right.
And that's just keeping it real. Now, that doesn't mean that she won't embrace you later on down the line. She may like you
This
later
is true.
on.
But right now,
But right now she don't like you.
you just a
And
fall. What you call
and
that?
see,
A pin pair, fall
hey, look at
pair.
here.
Man,
Listen,
look,
this is why
women have changed. That the narrative have changed so much.
listen, man. I tell you this, and this is why we've got to make sure young brothers are aware on how I'm not trying, I love everybody, but some of these brothers 45, 50 years old, talking about, man, you gotta spend money to make sure you show her that you like her. You gotta do this.
Lord have mercy.
Listen, if the man that got you down, and I don't want to get too far off the rails, if the man that got you pregnant, he no good, he no good, he no good, he no good. But this dude here is good.
But you,
But the dude that's
come
no
on.
good seemed to receive the reward.
Yeah, but the guy that's trying to do what's right, you got him on waiting till we
Yeah,
make it together.
this
Lord have mercy.
Because
this dude here,
he
this
likes
dude
the
that's on your honey child
masculinity
list.
that man, the no good man, have.
Yeah.
They can feel the masculinity.
Now, I'm just blown away by it. I'm just blown away by it.
I ain't, because I'm
It
laughing
is
at it. I think it laughing at
it,
it.
it now watch this. Here it goes. Here it goes. The challenge and the enjoyment is to get the bad guy, and you know how to put the bad guy in a good guy mindset.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't work. He was a
No.
bad
Yeah,
guy
if
when
I
you
can get
met
him be
him.
like, if I can get him to be like Larry, then I can make this relationship work. But see, Larry,
Lord have mercy.
and here it is. Larry is what you call the son husband.
Great evening, Cooks. Lady
The
Cooks.
son husband. Remember him from last week? The son husband that was raised by mama to be the son husband. See?
Oh yeah, that's conversation last week. The son husband. The son husband.
And she cannot, because what you see, most of the men who's using money, they're compensating for their masculinity.
Right.
That's what makes them feel their worth.
Let me tell
bill. I do this.
I want every brother to be fully aware. You cannot purchase authentic desire from a woman.
Perfect.
I'm trying to be politically correct. A woman will never desire the dude who's the goofy that lead in with his wallet. She cannot desire you.
No.
She would have more desire for a guy that she disagrees with than
That's
for
right.
a guy that thinks that he can purchase, because he's purchasing with the mindset that now you owe me.
That's it.
I can't use who I am to generate that desire. I've just purchased it. Now she can front and do a makeup job like she like you, but listen, she like the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
She don't like you. Don't look at me in that tone of voice, and I know it.
Lord have mercy. Boy, you walking it down. You walking.
I do not.
Not with me down. Not with me down. I ain't got nothing for you.
Can I deal with this? Because the reason why. So now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say this. Every man, if you can, raise your kids, man. Listen, if you don't want your kids exposed to Bobby, Derek, Johnny, Samuel, you don't want your kids to expose to them, you do what you can to make it work with how you need to make it work with your kids. It's not wrong that you're doing it for your kids. But if you're giving your very best effort to do what you can for your kids, and then watch this, I'm gonna really mess everything up because the Bible says it, not me. It is biblical to marry before you carry. That's biblical. I didn't write it.
That's that thug that come out now.
No. I'm being honest.
This is fact, though. This is fact.
God got an answer.
Yeah, he got an answer.
We've got problems. God still has an answer.
Yes,
He still gives us an instruction, and the instruction is marry before you carry. That's right.
That's right.
Get your garden. Get your own garden.
That's the book.
That's the book.
Now, if that didn't go according to your desire, you do what you can for your kids, even if it means raising your kids yourself.
Right. Now watch this here. Now after dealing with that, and we're gonna touch this before we get off. We got exactly about 8 minutes and some seconds, because we know Dr. Boyd has to go and get on his prayer line. So we want to try to keep it within this 1 hour. run with. But this next antagonizing question that should be asked, and that is this: what's the difference between a relationship and a marriage? Now, watch the catch up that come with this here. Why do women feel that men should do marital status with them in a relationship era? Uh-uh.
But I'm gonna
Uh,
say this. The scary thing is, so many women and men. I'm gonna say women first because that was the
Yeah.
question. So many women want a traditional man to
Uh-huh.
fit their modern woman ideology.
Uh-huh.
Let's say it again. Some women want a traditional man to fit their modern woman ideology. The traditional man picks up every check. The traditional man makes sure you have this and make sure you have this. The traditional man makes sure that these accommodations were a certain way. But can I tell you what the traditional woman was? The traditional woman was nice.
Uh-oh.
Can I tell you what that traditional woman was back in Paw Paw them days? That
Uh-huh.
traditional. Can I tell you what she didn't do? That
Mm-hmm.
traditional woman, she would say, "Hold up, this is for my man right here."
Uh-huh.
That traditional woman, I wouldn't even go there. My dad, I'm gonna use my dad and I. We talked, and we were talking. I said, "Say, Daddy, hey man, what are you talking about?" That was when you was a kid. My dad said, "Boy, when I was a youngster in school, so many girls were virgins, and if you got that girl in family way, boy, I tell you, it was a shotgun wedding."
Yeah, you gonna get your
And
praise blown out, yo.
but listen to the
Yeah.
operative phrase in the beginning. Boy, back in my day, so many of them girls, everybody was virgins.
but
That
Come
you
on.
was
know, one
that was the
one of the things,
traditional concept back then. It
Right.
was it was not. I don't know who you think I am. I'm not about to cook. I ain't your slave. Cook your food. You know, don't cook. Don't cook. I ain't gotta wash your car. Don't wash. I ain't doing. Who you think I am? Don't do it. It's okay. Not a problem.
Dr. Ball, Dr. Ball, come on with it. Because this thing follows up with the
yeah,
question next. The question next gonna
continue.
come behind this. The come behind this is why do women are inferior to men who are independent? But answer that, Dr. Ball. That's gonna be the question we're gonna probably get to next week. Go ahead. And Captain Cook said we need a woman input on this. Wow. Well, go ahead, Dr. Ball.
Uh, one of the things that I heard the younger generation said about
Uh-huh.
relationship, they prefer relationship over marriage because many seen, and I know our kids said they're not gonna get married because they seen what we went through and they didn't want to
Right.
go through all that,
Hmm.
you know. And so that's some of the things that they said. And then uh, uh, another reason is that when we break up, we don't have to go to court. You know, I don't have to. We
Yeah.
just go our separate ways. Uh, and all of these conveniencies, that's all I see that is. I
Hmm.
want a relationship, but I want it to function like a marriage.
Hmm.
You know,
Mm.
Cole, spend money on me like you like. Spend money
like
on
I'm
me,
your wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
but when I get
Yeah.
to leave and I get a better
And then
deal,
maybe one day,
I may want you.
if you do good, maybe one day we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Not do it,
Now, can
talk
I say
about it
this?
like it's in a business negotiation.
Right.
Can I say this to the person that said you need a woman? We need a woman on the show. Now, no one says when they watch Fox Soul on Fox 20 on Channel 26 with Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray. No one says on The View when they have Tia Mowry and the other ladies on it. No one says we need a man's point of view on it. No one says that should be a man
Wow.
to give a man's ideology concerning it. When that would when these typical conversations would come about, these were normally done in the locker room in the sports gym. These type of conversations were normally had in the barbershop, because whenever a lady invades where men are, the dialogue totally changes, because we don't talk the same way when there's a woman around. So if you want to know how men think, how men function, just listen to how they think, listen to what they are thinking, instead of trying to indirectly dictate how they should think or how they should respond.
Wow, that's very well put. I have to respect the way you put that. Yeah.
That should. You should. You know, I thought you would. Them curse words out of a woman's mouth, boy, I'm telling you. But that's the thing. And most men, these women got the idea from the men.
And they run with it.
And guess what? I'm not tripping, but I've never saw anyone write Fox Soul on Channel 26 with Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray. I've never saw anyone call The View, write The View and said, you guys
that needs to be a man.
Listen, listen, who has been ran up the flagpole more than a person that has my pigmentation and shares the same gender as me?
Oh, wow.
We have been ran up the flagpole since Color Purple. Ran up the flagpole since
Kunta Kinte and Kuzi. Roots, baby. Come all the way back to the roots, baby.
Listen, we've been TLC, Scrubs, you name it. And guess what? We took it and was like, yeah, some of us are that way.
Yeah.
But you better not have a definitive ideology concerning how you desire to be perceived and respected. Because just to have an expectation as a man means that you are misogynistic, and you need to get put in your place as a man. You need to get in your place. That's why.
That's that Jezebel sign, right? Oh, that controlling thing. Oh, okay. I got you. I see where you at now. I see where you at now. Okay, I got you. Oh, all right, then. Yeah. See. Yeah. So you don't want my identity, but you want my money. You want me as something that you can control, that you can manipulate when you need it and want it, but throw it in the trash can when it's all said and done. Oh,
we got 5 minutes. I'm gonna throw this scripture at.
Go ahead, cause we finna eliminate this, even though it's good. We got to eliminate it. Yeah.
Here it is. Let's just face the reality, Dr. Stevenson. Women pretty much dominated.
Yeah.
Every particular place that were where men. Look at the cigar lounge.
More women than it is men. Go in the men's department. It's more women in the men's department. We can't have nothing for them nowadays.
They didn't come up with a women's cigar club.
Came up with the fans cigar club.
They came to the men and started smoking with the men. Now, most of the men, in my generation time, that's what we get messed up in. In our generation time, the women knew what environment not to go in.
That's right. That's right.
Hey,
even on the corner, even in the yard, they out there in the yard. Let them be men. They're gonna be men.
Can't do nothing for them now. They want to be everything we do. God have mercy.
Women don't feel like men should have their space.
That's
we did not invade their space either.
Right.
No.
We did not invade their space. When it was girl talk, girl time, that had nothing to do with us.
Even right now, if you better not walk in the room with a bunch of women time, they're gonna stop all them, gonna stop together and look at you like, what you doing here? But let us get together. Here they come. What y'all talking about? He ain't your business. Get out of here.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna stop. And I know one thing that we as men we have a horrible code.
Yeah.
We have a horrible code.
This is true.
We men do not stay on code. If she look good enough and them eyes looking nice and that
come on in.
A man's character, morality, convictions, that's gone.
That's it.
It's done. It's done. It's a
That's
wrap.
it.
It's
That's
a
it.
wrap. He out of there.
Yep.
I
Out
mean,
of man.
listen, he gonna buy everything she's selling
That's
because she looks good, and I'm not knocking it.
yes, sir.
And guess what? But guess what? Here's what's interesting. But women will stay on code.
On matter what. On
They gonna
fleek at
stay
all
on. I
times, Doc. They on
respect it.
fleek. Yes.
They gonna stick together no matter what.
Don't even know each other. They gonna stick together.
Listen, they gonna ride for each other. But
That's it.
A man will throw you under the bus just to have. A man will throw you under the bus just to see if he can gain the favor, the attention, and a possible date with her.
Lord have mercy. Just a date. I ain't guaranteed nothing. That's just a date.
Just a date. Yeah, just a chance to spend some money.
Lord have mercy.
Women gonna stick to the code, and I can't knock them. They gonna get together and rally each other. They gonna get together and support each other.
Yeah.
Their code is tight. Our code is horrible. Men will say, "But what about the women?" Man, you. What about the women? What about you?
Before we get off, let me say this here.
Yeah.
To Ms. Cook, we done invited women on this platform, I don't know how many times.
Sure have. And they won't come.
And won't come.
Scared. But you want to put an input in the box like that. You know what I'm saying? Kathy, you know you my girl. You know I love you. But come on the show and help the women talk. Let's see what you got. I promise to protect you.
Platform they don't want to be on.
Yeah.
Well, watch this.
Come
if
on.
you want to catch the fish, don't ask the fish, ask the fisherman.
Listen. Listen. Lord have mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to go. It's been fun. Dr. Stevenson and Dr. Boyd, our co-host, we have a good show tonight. We hope you enjoyed, and we look forward to seeing y'all next week. And look at here. Stay hands up. Look at here. We with you, baby. But we out of here. We got to go. We love you. We'll catch you the next time.